Regina Navarro, and you're watching FoodScapes. Tonight we have a dish that is simple to make, very healthy for you and your family, and simply amazing and delicious. We're going to make a cilantro lime lemon pepper tilapia that is baked to perfection. We're going to make a side dish of fresh spinach and sautéed bell peppers in a great coconut oil seasoning. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi, and welcome back to FoodScapes. We're going to go ahead and get started on our tilapia so that we can get moving forward on our side dishes. Now what I did was I cut some squares of foil into about 6 by 6 inch pieces. That way you can wrap and envelope your tilapia inside of it nicely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my fillets, one of my fillets in the center of my foil here so that we can season it and pocket everything in. Now you can use fresh tilapia or you can use frozen tilapia. It's whatever you see fit for your family. I've used both and they still both bake pretty much the same. Let me get this bowl out of the way here and we'll get started on seasoning our fillet here. What I'm going to start with here is my lemon pepper seasoning. You can get whatever seasoning you like, whatever you like, it's just fine. I'm going to go ahead and generously apply my seasoning to both sides of the tilapia and then we'll move forward. Now, you're probably wondering, well, where in the world did FoodScapes come from? For me, it's a little bit personal. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm still a student, I have a part-time job, so my plate's pretty full. When I'm cooking, for me, it's an escape. I get to enjoy myself in my kitchen, I get to feed my family, I get to entertain my friends, and it makes me simply happy. So for me, food is an escape, and I just put the two together, and I came up with FoodScapes. Now we're going to go ahead and apply the lemon pepper seasoning to the other side of the fillet. You can be as generous or you can be as minimal as you want on the lemon pepper seasoning. I try not to put too much because you don't want the flavors to overpower each other and make just a big mush inside of the pocket. I'm going to get my fresh cilantro here and I'm going to cut about 2 sprigs off of the branch and place it here on the tilapia. You want to get about a tablespoon of butter. I use the stick butter. It's whatever butter you see fit as well. And I'm going to just simply place it on top of my fillet of fish. Next, I'm going to get half of a lime and I'm going to squeeze just a little bit, not too much, of the juice on top of my fillet. Now, being that lime is an acidic fruit, we're going to go ahead and not put too much because it will overpower the other flavors that we're trying to put into this fillet of fish. Now, tilapia is a great fish. It's pretty bland, so it absorbs your flavors nicely. So you want to put just enough seasoning so that it comes with a great fresh flavor. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this fillet. And we're going to do it a little bit tightly so that the flavors can seal themselves into the fillet. It comes out extremely amazing and the fish cooks great inside of it. Now when we come back, we're going to place our fillets inside the oven and then we're going to go ahead and get started on our dishes. Welcome back, everybody. We have finished wrapping all of our fillets and seasoning them very, very well. I'm going to now place them into the oven at a 350-degree temp for about 15 to 20 minutes. Tilapia is a fish that is cooked very, very, very fast, so it's not going to take very, very long. The good thing about the foil is, in that short amount of time, it absorbs all the flavors of all the herbs and spices that you've placed inside the pocket. Now, I like to put it on the open rack. You're more than welcome to put it on a cookie sheet or a wire rack that you place inside the oven. I'm going to go ahead and just put them on the open rack. And we can get started on our side dishes. Okay, now that we've already placed all of our tilapia inside the oven, we're going to go ahead and close it up and we'll check on, in about 15-20 minutes, we'll check on our food. Okay, now we're going to get started on our side dishes. I'm going to go ahead and start with our bell peppers. I absolutely love red, yellow, and orange bell peppers simply because they have a great sweet flavor. And when you saute these bell peppers in coconut oil, it is absolutely amazing. The aroma of the coconut oil mixed with the bell peppers and the hint of spice is just absolutely amazing. Something you've got to try. My family absolutely loves it. Now I'm going to cut these. You can cut them in whatever slices or pieces that you like. I like to cut them in slices. The colors are beautiful, as well as the aroma, the taste, and the flavor. I don't like to cook them to the point where they're soggy. I like my bell peppers to leave a little crunch in them because they taste a little better. The texture is just pretty good. It's amazing. Let me go ahead and slice these. Now you can cut these whether you like it big or small. It's however you see fit. I like to cook them in big chunks. Now, as a kid, I never really liked bell peppers. I thought they were actually really spicy. Had I known they were this flavorful and this sweet, I would have probably ate them all the time. I come from a family of chefs. I do come from a family of restaurant owners as well, and I really like to get a lot of cooking ideas from everybody. We have chefs in our family of different cuisine. We have a pastry chef. We have a chef that does a lot of Asian foods. Our families have a lot of restaurants. My great-grandmother, who is very near and dear to me in my heart, opened her first restaurant way back in the 1940s. And it was a very good, authentic Mexican food restaurant. I don't like fried foods too much. However, when I do want to cheat a little bit, I do cook up one of my grandma's great, awesome Mexican dishes. A lot of her food was fried, which I'm not mad at that, but I try to eat as healthy as I can. We're going to go ahead and get started and place these in the pan. And let's move forward. I'm going to spray this with coconut oil. Now, coconut oil doesn't have necessarily a flavor, but the aroma comes through in your food. So when you mix sweet bell peppers with a hint of spice and a little bit of coconut oil, your house just fills with an amazing smell. It's simple, it's easy, and coconut oil is extremely healthy. It's better than butter, and it's a little bit better than olive oil. However, I still use olive oil in some of my dishes. We're going to get started on those colors, and we're going to go ahead and add the green peppers. Now, the green peppers don't have that sweet flavor, but they do still have a good flavor to them. Their flavor is a little bit more common, a little bit more simple. I usually just add the green bell peppers for color, not necessarily for taste. It's more of a presentation vegetable for me. However, there are some people who like the flavor of the green bell pepper, so not mad at it. Everybody's palate is different, so it's a good thing we have vegetables that appease to that. Now, I'm not being very symmetrical with these slices or these pieces that I'm cutting. They don't have to be exactly the same size, all of them. They do cook pretty evenly because I do like to leave my vegetables a little bit on the crunchy side so that you can get the actual feel of the texture and the flavor of the actual vegetable. I don't cut them in necessarily the same shape or size at all. Now I'm going to go ahead and stir these up a little bit. And when we come back, we're going to go ahead, check on our tilapia. We'll get started on our fresh spinach and finish up with our... Welcome back. We finished putting our bell peppers into our saute pan, and we are going ahead and cooking it here. I'm going to add, along with the coconut oil, just a hint of seasoned salt. For me, that's what I like. You don't have to put any seasonings at all. I like to add a little bit of seasoned salt just for a little bit of flavor. It has that little salty, sweet flavor. And then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some extra virgin olive oil. That keeps the moisture in. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let those simmer and render down. And like I said, I'm not going to cook these for very long. Anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes is a good time. Like I said, I like my vegetables a little bit on the crunchy side. It allows me to enjoy the texture of the actual vegetable as well as the flavor. You don't want it to saturate and get soggy and nasty. So I'm going to go ahead and let these sit and cook for a little bit longer, and then we'll get back to it in just a minute. Welcome back to FoodScapes. We have our tilapia that is baking in the oven. It smells absolutely heavenly. We are sauteing our bell peppers in a little bit of seasoned salt and coconut oil. And now we're going to go ahead and put our fresh spinach in our saute pan and get that cooking as well. With the spinach, I'm also going to use coconut oil to saute them a little bit. I'm going to use the vegetable oil as well. Let's put that in there, and then we're going to go ahead and place this in here. Now with spinach, it does cook down and shrink a little bit as you're cooking. So it's okay if it looks like it's overfilling your pan. It is going to render down, it is going to go ahead and shrink just a little bit. Now let's go ahead and flip this a little bit. And you can already hear it sizzling. And the aroma of the spinach is absolutely amazing. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of EVOO, which is extra virgin olive oil, over our spinach. And I'm going to put a little bit of seasoned salt on it as well. Another thing that I do like to use on my spinach, which does add a little bit of extra flavor, is my balsamic vinaigrette. Now this is a little bit sweet. It has a little bit of a kick and a pungent flavor as well. So we're going to add this to our spinach. Now if you can see, the spinach is already rendering down fairly quickly. So you don't want to let it sit there and cook. You do have to flip it on a regular basis in order for it to cook down. If you can see, it was full and overflowing when we placed it in there. And as you can see now, look, it looks like almost nothing is in the dish. So we're going to go ahead and let that cook a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and work on our bell peppers here just a little bit. The aroma of the coconut oil, the bell peppers, the spinach, it is absolutely heavenly. Then you have that background smell of the lemon pepper tilapia. You can smell the cilantro. You can smell the lime. It is absolutely heavenly. I wish you were here and you can just eat through the TV. It's so freaking awesome. All right. These bell peppers look like they're almost done. Like I said, I like my stuff a little bit on the crunchy side. I'm flipping my spinach here. Now if you want to get a generous amount of spinach, it's always good to get about 3 or 4 bags, because if you can see that huge big bowl that I just placed in here amounts to about 1 to 2 servings. So if you have a big family like myself, this is probably not a smart idea. But only a few of us like spinach here, so that actually works perfect. I won't have any leftovers. Now when we come back, I'm going to take my tilapia out. We're going to place our dishes on a plate and enjoy our food. Welcome back, everybody. Our tilapia is done baking. Our vegetables are done sauteing, so we're going to plate it up and get ready to eat. First, I'm going to go ahead and place our wonderful, yummy, crunchy bell peppers. Look at that flavor and colors. This is going to be an amazing dish.